These are your evening headlines for March 6th, 2026, right here on BYU-Idaho Radio. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Kimber Pierce. 2 men from the Idaho Falls Fire Department were selected to receive the Idaho Medal of Honor for their actions last October. On October 5th, 2025, a car accident on a rural road in Bingham County left one car partially submerged in a canal, trapping 4 people inside. According to a press release, senior firefighters Travis Adams and Jeremy F. Newman were both off duty at the time of the accident, but were notified of it and both immediately responded to the scene of the accident in their personal cars to help. They arrived before other on-duty emergency personnel. The 2 senior firefighters braved the cold, fast-moving water and the unstable car to retrieve all 4 trapped victims. For their heroic actions, Adams and Newman were selected to receive the Idaho Medal of Honor. The Idaho Falls Fire Department Deputy Chief Paul Radford is proud of the 2 men for going above and beyond.
I think it exemplifies the men and women we have in the department. Our department's built on service for the community. And so they just want to come to work, do their job. They're very humble, very courageous, very brave. And they would do what they did for anybody. And we have multiple members in the department that would do the same thing.
Senior firefighters Adams and Newman will be honored at a ceremony in Boise on September 1st.
BYU-Idaho strives to promote inclusion across its entire student body in all of its departments, and one class recently had the opportunity to hear from the university's chief inclusion officer about these efforts. Bill Riggins spoke to a Foundation of Early Child Development class on Wednesday. In his message, Riggins emphasized the importance of promoting diversity and inclusion by treating all with kindness and love, regardless of skin color, cultural background, or other differences. Riggins pointed to the doctrine of the atonement of Jesus Christ as a good starting point.
The word atonement means at one-ment. This concept connotes inclusion, right? The word describes the setting at one of those who have been estranged and denotes the reconciliation of man to God. So the very concept of atonement has become being one, right? Being one with God.
Riggins deferred to a 2020 General Conference talk from President Russell M. Nelson, the late president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, to share the Lord's teachings.
Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. God does not love one race more than another. His doctrine on this matter is clear. He invites all to come to him, black and white, bond and free, male and female.
Lily Walquist is a part of the Student Leadership Council for BYU-Idaho and represents the Belonging and Inclusion Office under Riggins. She is an African-American born in New Orleans and was adopted as a baby by a white family. She invites all students to be a part of the greater effort.
How can we make campus a better community? It's going to take all of us, and it's not easy. It's not. And sometimes you might feel like it's not your responsibility to. You're like, well, why do I have to, go out of my way to make someone feel safe here? It's going to take all of us to make things work and to make campus better.
Riggins left students with an invitation of his own when it comes to welcoming international students who come to Rexburg.
Can you imagine being a student coming here, never having been to the United States, and you show up at an airport and somehow or another you're supposed to make it to BYU-Idaho? Please, right, please reach out, become friends with one of them, go find out about them. Right? Don't just walk by them, just go sit with them, just go say, hey, I want to be your friend, right?
For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Jack Esplin.
This week, the Idaho House of Representatives passed a bill that would fine cities for flying LGBTQ flags. House Bill 561 was introduced by Republican Representative Ted Hill of Eagle. The bill lists several approved flags that cities are allowed to fly. Any flag that is not on the approved list will have 10 days to be taken down before the city is charged $2,000 for every day that an unsanctioned flag is flown. The Idaho Capitol Sun reports that on the House floor, Representative Hill defended the bill and said it's intended to help bring America together. Many Democrats expressed concern that the bill was specifically targeted at Boise, which recently voted to make the LGBTQ flag a city symbol. The vote passed the House on a 58-11 vote, with all 8 Democrats voting against the bill and 3 Republicans joining them. The bill now moves on to the Senate for consideration. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio evening headlines for March 6, 2026. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. Search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. For BYU-Idaho Radio, I'm Kimber Pierce.